Okay, so we're going to be getting into graphing cotangent now. Just a reminder, cotangent is that reciprocal of tangent. So, in the previous video, you guys got your tangent table. So we're looking at if tan y equals tan x is this table, then the cotangent table is going to come from that because they are reciprocals. So we looked at negative pi over 2 to pi over 2. Zero's in the middle, negative pi over 4, then pi over 4. Once again, these are all equally spaced, same as tangent. They're just different numbers and different radians. All right, at negative pi over 2, we get 1 over 0, which is undefined. Then we have 1. We have 0 over 1, which is 0. Then at pi over 4, we have, at negative pi over 4, it's negative 1. Pi over 4, it's at a positive 1. Then pi over 2 is 1 over 0, which is undefined. So now we're going to go ahead and flip those. So at negative pi over 2, cotangent is 0 over 1, which is 0. At negative pi over 4, it's still negative 1. At 0, it's now 1 over 0, which is undefined. And then at pi over 4, it's still 1. And then pi over 2, it's 0 over 1, which is 0. Now that we looked at this, remember the reason why we shifted back to pi over 2 or negative pi over 2 with tangent? Because we had an undefined area, which was an asymptote in the middle of our 5-point method. Well, if you look, here we go with the same thing. So cotangent is actually going to go on to pi, and it's going to be looking from 0 to pi because that's going to have the asymptotes on the outside. So looking at 3 pi over 4, it's negative 1. And at pi, it's 1 over 0, which is undefined. So I'm going to go ahead and erase this top part because it is irrelevant now. And fix this. Oops. I'm struggling. All right, so 1 over 0, this is x and y, and that's cotangent. Now, let's pull in this cotangent graph. So here we see cotangent. The reason why we looked at that shift over was because you have the asymptotes. And if you were looking at the if you were looking at negative pi over 2 to pi over 2, you would get like this half, an asymptote, and this other half. We want a full connected period, and so that's why we are viewing it from 0 to pi. So, graphing cotangent, it's 0 to pi. And then when we get into transformations, everything will go after that. But just know that tangent starts with negative pi over 2 and cotangent starts with 0. Now, if you mess up and you do tangent with 0, you're just going to have to do extra points to show a full connected period, like this. All right, we're going to get into doing some transformations next.